Hey.
Hello, families. This is Mrs. Ross and Mrs. Wagner, and we are here to talk about B.E.A.R time. So, Mrs. Wagner, what is B.E.A.R time?
All right. B.E.A.R time is our new program that we're starting today, and it stands for Bringing Everyone Answers and Resources. And we wanted to do this new video program as a way to connect with our families. We know that people have questions, people have wonderings, and sometimes it's awkward to ask those questions in person, or maybe we don't know where to ask. So we created a link for families to submit questions anonymously, and we can sift through those questions, and then we're going to answer them in a video format so everybody can hear a clear answer about whatever you guys are wondering about. So
Yes.
We're starting today.
Woo, I'm so excited. So, Mrs. Wagner, this question actually came from our families.
Yes.
What is the first question?
Yes. So we sent out the link. We got quite a few questions. We're going to work our way through them over the year. But the first question we're going to answer today has to do with our lunch schedule. So we have a 20-minute lunch slot for our kids to eat. And some people are wondering why it's 20 minutes. Is that long enough? Can we make it longer? So Ms. Ross, can you talk about the 20-minute lunch schedule?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. And it has a lot of background to it and actually current things that are happening too. But basically, 20 minutes is the optimum time that we have found that students eat and actually focus on their eating before behavior becomes disruptive or just completely, students are just bored out of their minds. So 20 minutes, we found that they actually eat. We have played around with this schedule so much over the past decade and even longer, since before I was here. We've tried to manipulate the lunch schedule so kids can go outside first and burn energy and then come in and eat. During COVID, for a whole year, we actually extended the lunches for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And we were like, okay, this is the perfect time to see, how can we get our students to eat as much as possible? Because we know it's good for energy. We know it's really important for brain activity. We have found that when we extend it to 30 minutes, it does not increase how much students are eating, but it did result in a spike in disruptive behaviors, which caused us, to need to intervene to keep students healthy and safe at school and positive at school. Especially with kids that are between the ages of 4 and 8. Having really specific times to focus on something does help their behavior and help them to make those positive choices. Mm-hmm. When they get bored or wiggly, it does show an increase in some disruptive behavior. Mm-hmm. But with all that being said, we also know that some students need to eat longer, and we've never had students leave at 20 minutes if they're still eating and want to continue to eat. Mm-hmm. So
we allow kids to eat for longer if they want.
Yes.
They're allowed to do that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's just scheduled for 20 minutes to promote that focus on food, but it doesn't limit them at 20 minutes if they're still eating. We have other areas to sit. Sometimes we invite a couple kids to sit by each other if they're still eating so they don't feel isolated, and they just continue eating until they're done. Also, we know that this doesn't work for everyone. We've had situations where students have health conditions in the past. Mm-hmm. And by families, if you just call the office and let us know there's a health condition or a specific situation, we will work with you individually to meet the needs of your student, whatever that might be. And we will provide, we'll just work together to come up with a plan that might look different than our typical schedule for students. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a health need, maybe it's something that's going on at home, but we want to know about those so we can support your child. Mm-hmm. But that's why we have 20-minute lunches. And then the new update, the legislature, I know this is going politicky, they actually just mandated a 20-minute because some schools are not able to meet that 20-minute. So 20 minutes is mandated in the future, and we're grateful enough that we already actually have that scheduled in. So we're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, love that. Yeah, and I was going to say, I work at Alpine Lakes as well, and they have a similar, actually, it's a different schedule, but kids also get 20 minutes to eat there, but they are not kicked out of the cafeteria after 20 minutes. They can stay and finish and eat longer before going out to recess. So it's the same there.
And one more tip, because we're going to get cut off. Send snacks and have a great day, everyone. Thanks for the first recording.